So let's talk a little bit more about some of what we know about the historic use of sacred plant medicines by Indigenous peoples. And I'd just like to acknowledge my own intersectionality. I am Caucasian, European ancestry, female woman, and medical doctor and therapist, and therefore I may be misrepresenting or speaking to this perspective in ways that are not the full picture. And I want to just really acknowledge that I'm so open to feedback. And what I'm endeavoring to do here is to speak respectfully and bring awareness with my voice to the historic Indigenous use of these plant medicines as I'll speak to the westernization, modernization, medicalization of psychedelic substances has some challenges and problems. So to speak to what I know and what I've learned about historic Indigenous use, we know that these substances, many substances I've already mentioned, have been integral to spiritual practices, to healing practices, to community building practices, and other practices of Indigenous communities across the world. And use can be traced to rituals in the African continent, such as the Bwiti people who have used iboga in community rituals for quite a long time, at least many centuries, as far as we know. In South America and the Amazon, medicines such as ayahuasca in North America, including the Aztec peoples with medicines like psilocybin containing mushrooms, and in the Central Americas, the Maya and the Inca, just to name a few. Many of the plants and fungi species are native to Central America and also to North America, like peyote, huachuma cactus, and psilocybin-containing mushrooms. To speak specifically to ayahuasca, just as an example, there are, as far as we know, at least 160 ayahuasca-using indigenous groups found throughout Ecuador, Brazil, Bolivia, Colombia, Panama, Peru, and Venezuela. I mentioned use of iboga by the Bwiti peoples. To speak to some of the cactus medicines, huachuma, which is also known as San Pedro, has been used by the Quero people in the Andes regions in South America, and peyote cactus is native to Mexico and areas of southwestern Texas, containing mescaline, and has been used, as far as we know, for many millennia by Native Americans. In the late 1800s, the Native American Church was formed formally, and peyote named as the church's sacrament, which only became a legal sacrament to the NAC in 1994. Peyote has also been used by the Huichol peoples, and evidence suggests that long before psychedelic-assisted therapy for conditions, mental health conditions, substance use disorder, and other things, which we'll speak to, it's known that Indigenous communities successfully used peyote for treatment of substance use disorders. So just a little bit of the Central and South and North American history. If we would like to go back further, there is record and evidence of the use of psychoactive substances across Eurasia prior to the Renaissance and Reformation periods and the advent of the church. There is record through different tablets and other historic images of suggesting the consumption of psychoactive substances in Eurasia as well.
This mini lecture is part of Nuances' Introduction to Psychedelics, which is a free course where we explore the world of psychedelic medicines and their potential as therapeutic tools. Check out the link in the description for more info.